Yeah, don't worry. I'm right. What's wrong with my hair? Looks so puffy. Oh, why is so? Why is it so hot? Freaking California, man. Freaking California. I want snow. Let me figure out something. Let me check it. Um, stream lab uh, resolution. I see.
Hey everyone, this is Tim from Your Size. So let's go ahead and jump to the video right now. Different display, second one on desktop 2 is 4K. So this one will be 3840 by a browser.
Display capture. Do I have this? Let's try it. Give it. Maybe this is good.
That's opened up and maximized, and it doesn't take up the entire screen for me. It's just too large because my base canvas size is 1920 by 1080. So if I were to go to settings and then go down to video, you can see your base canvas size right here. Now you can set this to 4K, but then your 1920 by 1080 screen is going to be a little bit smaller. And there is no option for two different displays on the base canvas resolution for each of them. So what you can easily do to get around this situation, this is very easy. Go on your screen right here. You've probably done this before. Right click and then go to transform.
I just did this.
Then go over to fit to screen. Boom. Now your 4K screen is now fitting into the entire window without being stretched out. So this is very easy to do. Just go to transform and fit to screen, and you don't have to worry about your base canvas.
I don't think it's. I think. It's same thing. Unfortunately, it still does this. Wait. It's shrinking the screen.
Output size or multiple that you have indeed help you. Everyone
Just 98 comments.
Hey, everyone, this is Tim from Your Six Dude.
That's my screen. God. You know what? I'm not gonna. For me, everything on my screen looks pretty. Everything what I see on the video, it looks weird. Like everything just shrink. What's the? Okay, let me see something. I need to improve. What's the? How to stream on Yeah, finally
Hey
the
guys,
video.
what's going on? James here, back
Let's
with
watch
Game
it.
On Stream, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can go out there and stream on an ultra-wide monitor.
You know what? I'm just gonna pin this for me, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna fix it. 29:49.
Do you think I care?
Let's see. Surprise me, baby. USA Canada rating pending mature 17 plus. In-game footage cinematic. Outer World 2. I need to play the first one.
Do you think I'd care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out.
It still looks like the first one, not gonna lie.
To protect its brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies.
The rifts.
So, you see
Oh,
why its
a grinding
menace was
quest.
wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism.
The best choice, the second choice.
Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
She looks like that character played, I forgot, the Alice in the Wonderland movie. There was that queen with a giant head. I think like the main problem of the first game that the reason I didn't finish it, I just didn't get like anything new, like a new experience, you know, like everything was safe. There were no like extreme, there were no like good mechanics, new mechanics. That's interesting. It was like a solid Obsidian experience without like risks. Maybe they're gonna change it now. It seems like they're putting a huge emphasis on gunplay now, with this like new unique weapons. October 29. That's pretty close. I'm probably gonna play the first one before.
After the showcase.
I need to see more. World premiere. I said it better.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry.
How's this?
I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro.
Oh, it's the game from the same creators. I forgot the name. There was a game, a comedy game, with the guns talking to you. It was a single player. Now it's a multiplayer. There was also some kind of the creators from the same creators of Rick and Morty. They were kind of in charge of this company. Then one of them got accused of harassment, got fired, and now I guess the company on its own.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
High on Life. Oh, 2. Yeah. It looks like a multiplayer game. Squanch game. I need to play the one. World premiere. In-engine flash. That's actually something. Do I know this game? It's gonna be something about samurais again and like a Japanese inspired culture thing. Never mind, no. What could it be? Probably no new IP. I don't recognize anything. Resonance. The Plague Tale Link. Ooh. I had a feeling it has some kind of connection. New controller for Xbox. Oh yeah, I was right. I didn't expect. Oh wait, what? Don't tell me. Don't tell me they're gonna go for it. No. Ah, see? The new era, the new age of portable consoles. Now we have Switch, Steam Deck, and we're gonna have this one. It's amazing. Now we're gonna get the PSP back from Sony, and this cycle will be complete. That's crazy. No, it's good. It's good. Finally, Nintendo Switch is gonna have some kind of competition, because that was like one of the main features, sort of, for their. Everyone liked to take Switch somewhere because it's like just a small portable console. You know, makes sense. And they were like top dog of this. There was like no other portable console besides Steam Deck, and now we're gonna have this one. So
at Xbox,
Nintendo
we
Switch,
strive to put the player first, and that's what you've
they
seen
finally
from
gonna
us
have a
over the
competition.
years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross progression. We delivered Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud
Thank you,
gaming.
Game Pass.
So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect.
That's crazy.
And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally. We have
Every
always
single
wanted
one
you
of
to
them.
have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits.
I've been
This is
saying
the
it,
freedom
I've
we
been
believe
saying this
players
before, but the
should
strategy,
have.
the direction
Any
they
game,
chose, which is
anywhere. And we are giving it our all
multi-platform,
every day to make
everyone
this
has
vision real.
access,
But it
everyone
all
can
comes
play
back
whatever
to
they
the
want,
games.
no
From dead to
restrictions.
rights on the
That's the
original
future.
Xbox to
That's
Armored
why
Core
Xbox,
Six, our
I
relationship
hope
with
like
Bandai Namco
at the end of the day
Entertainment
they're gonna
has
like
stood the
win
test of time.
everything.
We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to
Sony
players
gonna be
around the
behind,
world,
maybe
and their next game does
Switch gonna be
exactly that.
behind,
From
just
Rebel
because
Wolf Studio, this
this is gonna become the
story-rich
next
action RPG
massive thing.
steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, yeah. God, this is why like Windows became such a big corporation, because like their Windows software was just universal. Everyone was using it because it works with everything. So it's Vampire.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives.
Is it the game from
We
the
should have feared for ourselves instead.
The Witcher, the CD Projekt Red developers?
The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule.
I want this.
To turn us
I want to
into
play this right
mindless,
now.
docile cattle.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them.
But you became
I became
special.
something else instead.
Half vampire, half human.
Their worst nightmare.
Witcher 5. No, that's literally Kaer Morhen over there.
Two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping.
I like it. I like it. The sound. I na na na, I na na na, I na 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 na. The blood of dawn. No, great. Can't wait to see. Xbox Play a new world premiere. They should have hired Christopher Judge for saying great. They could have spent a few thousands, but we got a Kratos voicing over. Imagine. World premiere. What's it called? Is it Meatballs something? It's evolving. Now it's 3D. Which is a cool thing. Another 2D, same game, like just a little bit maybe more mechanics. This one is completely different style. Meat Boy, not meatballs. 3D. Amazing. And then it's gonna be a Super Meat Boy 4D. Xbox Game Studio. Friend. In-game footage and cinema.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Team Ninja.
You're a wanted criminal.
I'm interested.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission.
Ninja Gaiden.
My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Looks like Ninja Gaiden.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
I want to play this, not gonna lie. I'm not like super huge slasher guy, but Ninja Gaiden
Ryu.
plus Team
There's something
Ninja,
I need your help with.
that's all I need.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
4. Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting. 2 new characters. Main character. Well, sorry. It's gonna be 2 main characters in the Bethesda present. Ooh. Skyrim. Xbox. Indiana Jones. There's gonna be a DLC. I need to play the game too.
Here we go. Good luck, Indy.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
Game of the year. Adventure game of DLC?
This is where it starts.
Yeah.
Beneath the streets of Rome.
The Pope.
Enter the city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
And the Great Sword. The Order of Giants. September 4th, 2025. Yeah, it's side DLC for the main story.
World premiere.
Oh, yeah.
はるか昔、この国に輪廻の獣が
Great
現
feature,
れた。
good. And the-
輪廻の獣は
The
汚
best
れを
good
吐き、
fourth light
あらゆる生物を
corrupting the
盗み
living thing. Game free. There was like 20 FPS in that cinematic for some reason. Emotionless.
西暦
In the year
4026 年
4026,
人
humanity
類は
is
滅亡を
its
待
enemy.
つのみ。
Extinct. Oh no. Beast of Reincarnation.
封じ後エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
You're the boy that will destroy the beast. I hope they're not gonna over sexualize this, right? Making some kind of skirts, naked skins, topless. Well, at least on the, not on the first plate. If you like want to go into a character, it's fine. If you using it as a selling point and you have nothing interesting added to the character besides that, then skip. Yes. 1895. The tank.
Here's to playing in the mud. Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Bertolt!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill? We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
Viewer,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull. Just
The reason I'm not saying anything because I like it.
I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pan of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife.
Bro, I like it. I just cannot explain why. Like the style, I guess.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
I'm not really sure on the idea. It's like you're playing as like a thief,
They keep
or it's like a shooter game, or is it immersive scene?
To the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him!
That's why it pays to be clever and well armed.
They're showing gameplay, but I want to see like a little, like maybe like I don't know, like 30 seconds. What's gonna happen? Is this a shooter? It seems to be a shooter game. Okay.
Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now
Okay, you can play with the time. So it's a shooter game.
Bullet back in the barrel.
Immersive scene? I'm not sure.
Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go.
So it's a kinda an RPG too, in a way that you can change the history.
Let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Change the past. Okay. I like it. I like it. I want this game. I don't know why. It just looks good. Yo. Who made this game? Who made this game? Tell me, who made it?
Now let me alone and piss off!
Who made this game?
Our creative teams are dedicated to bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make, for both Xbox consoles.
That's amazing.
And
That's
PC
amazing. I don't know, like
will be Xbox Play
Microsoft,
Anywhere.
Xbox
On behalf
Pass,
of our
Phil
creative
Spencer,
teams, thank
the
you. These experiences don't
just
stop when
W's
you
on
put down the
W's on
controller.
W's
As you've
on W.
seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game
Maybe.
launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
Maybe they do.
World premiere.
Xbox Game Studio.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast! With new flexible legs, the Yoke Girth action figure can ride anything!
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil
is it gonna be a
company
sequel?
Dominant Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
So they died?
You gotta keep them separated.
And we in my I'm with my friends or me and my friends are planning to play the first one. Now they're making the sequel. Grounded 2. July 29. Oh, it's already coming? Nice. So there's no reason to play the first one anymore. There's the second one coming.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
Lobber Games.
Unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual.
Is it the game that evolved from Resident Evil remake sort of kind of thing and then became its own game?
It is highly recommended to proceed with caution.
Callisto Protocol 2? I don't think so. Honest.
They seem to act more consistently, in coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Such is our calling. Such is our calling.
Chronos, the New Dawn. Fall 2025. On my list. We don't have enough survival horror games. There's never gonna be enough. The Elder Scrolls. Yeah. I sleep. Yeah. Very interesting choice of song of music. Very interesting choice of music. $26 million players. Are they all active? Or just like overall? Well, some people will be happy. I played the Elder Scrolls Online a little bit. It's okay.
World premiere.
It's just hard to find anyone to play it with.
Mayday! Mayday! Hold one to mission control. We're falling. Thomas, the ship's breaking apart. There's no time. Evacuate now. Thomas, come in.
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
Don't nod. Familiar Studio. Uncharted? Uncharted 5. Distant Planets.
Thomas, wherever you are, I'll find you.
I feel. Okay. So there are gonna be some kind of monsters. Play today with the Game Pass. World premiere.
World premiere.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land.
Damn.
Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with
that? She's just sitting there.
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will Wicker Man your ass.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking back. Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
Damn. It seems like it's a single player experience with a lot of stuff going on in there. There are no boss at the ground. Wait, coming 2020. I thought they're gonna release it today. I was about to play it. What happened with my camera? I hate when this happens.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens. When we need their help, they send us a hero. Who would have guessed the defender of my homeland would be my daughter?
She unlocked the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
What is this? Is it a strategy game? Have more kingdoms to rule? I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure. Age of Mythology, goddammit. Yes. Yes. I forgot the name of it. Nice, nice. Eve Studio. Or is it Ever? Is it R?
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이
If those decisions went against the will of external political interest, it's only when you realize your actions have the potential to influence the decisions of something. I don't know.
당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한
You can truly form your own opinions.
당신의 입장은
Do you truly believe your opinions to be yours and yours alone? Maybe you do. Or just wish that you did. I thought it's that Korean actor that I forgot his name, the big guy who's like everywhere. I think he was on the Train to Busan. What's happening? What is it? Splinter Cell? No, I doubt it. It's probably inspired by Splinter Cell. Zombies!
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
I want to play this game. I want to play this game.
주정태.
Mudang Suha. They could have came up with a better name, but 2026, I'll take it. Looks pretty good. Mudang.
World premiere.
E ora Olaiem lo ite fativi. Novo. Te che maite mana. Muite unanite waiora. Dia. Novo tu alibemo iwa lotaname. Ona utalima di efema. Teonami. Toma tua calio, terali.
In 2026, you're gonna play as a boy with a small cat. The Odyssey continues? Is it a sequel? Planet of Lana 2. Children of... Damn, that was... Xbox Cloud Gaming. Oh, it might be on... Fallout 76. I sleep.
Well, hello there.
I'm on my phone, guys.
Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity.
Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds. Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards.
What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today?
See for yourself.
Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for the job. There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails.
Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden.
How many people playing Fallout 76
like a
now?
neighborhood cookout.
Probably all.
Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Where's right now? 8,000. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad necessarily. It has a player base.
World premiere.
Okay. Anime. Soul Living. Oh, skip. I don't really like games that based upon the existing anime franchise. Just doesn't work well for me. I don't know what to say. What is this? Anime? I don't know. I cannot. I'm speechless. Like, there's nothing I can say. Well,
hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to
damn.
say thanks to everyone for all the
How
love
old
and
is he?
support we've seen
Is he
since we
like
announced Tony Hawk's
40
Pro Skater
something?
3 and 4 a few months ago. These games
I thought he's
have
like
changed my
45.
life.
Oh, he
But
looks like
more than
55.
that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating
Tony.
all over the world, and that means everything to me and the
How do
team.
you spell Tony?
I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters.
Oh, he's
and more.
57.
And you can
Never
enjoy
mind.
all
Never
with your
mind.
friends
He
with up
looks.
to 8 players in multiplayer.
He looks up to
Tony
his
Hawk's Pro
age.
Skater 3 and 4 officially
It's okay.
drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
I would say he looks even good. Like, he looks good for 57 actually. One of the most anticipated games of 2025. 3+4. Who's this guy? Whoa, whoa. Well, not a single game can now survive without collapse, especially if it's a multiplayer game. Collapse everywhere. Three plus 4. Doom! Dude, it's getting ridiculous, not gonna lie. One, like, okay, Michelangelo makes sense. Like, he's actually using skateboard in, like, but Doom, Doom guy.
World premiere.
Oh my god. Whatever. If it's gonna help to sell the game, I guess it's fine. Oh. Theory. Fairy. Okay. Pick up the clues, confront your sister. Camilla Hemlock. Beryl Hemlock. The devil. Not gonna lie, not bad. There's like a family Game of Thrones, like interesting concept there, I think, with choices you can make. At Fate's End. I like it. I like it. There's some kind of like investigation going on, and then you can find out like if someone is an enemy or not. Someone is in your family. Family business. I like it. Is it a Gears of War remake? Experience the groundbreaking region. I don't think the game is that old. Or am I mistaken maybe?
Look who decided to show up. It's game time, baby! You think you can still find your way back home, Phoenix? Looks like they upgraded. Nausea, baby! Let's do this. This is gonna be awesome.
This is gonna be awesome. Reload. Play today with Xbox World Premiere. Shinmu 4. Right away. Something with high school. something slow. It's either gonna be something cute, melancholy, or something horror. Yeah. Oh no. Persona 6. Ah. Well. That's it. They just showed the guy walking a little bit. Just for 10 seconds and they done.
The Smugglers League is always there.
Thief of,
but you won't see us.
Sea of Thieves?
You won't
yeah.
hear us. And the only way
not interested, unfortunately.
Is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the room, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should be ready to take advantage of others' misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
Now I can put the phone away.
World premiere.
What the hell?
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Oh, I already have seen the. I know what it is. I actually spoiled myself the game. Not gonna lie.
No, Dad, not even close.
Doesn't look that good, to be honest. I'm really excited about like everything was what is everything about Invincible coming out, like games, movies, whatever, the shows, adaptations, whatever, like the more the better. But yeah, in this case it's probably gonna be a miss.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
It's probably gonna be like alternative timeline where Nolan decided to be Viltrumite fully.
I'm not your son anymore.
Viltrumite invasion, wherever.
I'm going to throw you off this planet for good.
It means.
I trusted you.
Yeah, the gameplay is just, I don't know. Maybe it's the sounds, it's like a slapping. Maybe it's effects, like the white effect. When I don't know. It's just, it doesn't look good for some reason. Rap on the background. They're going to the Mortal Kombat style. not really impressed. Final Fantasy? I thought they downloaded. They released both parts. So it's Pirates of the Caribbean song. Maybe it's the DLC? Remaster of the remake? Oh, it's coming to be. Oh, what's coming?
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
I really want to play this one. I heard this one has a great story. I don't know about the gameplay, but the story might be really amazing. Final Fantasy 16. Available today. Oh, today? Oh, it came out?
World premiere.
Okay, after this. Double Fine Studio. How could it? Did you shave? I did. You don't like it? I wanted to de-age myself by a few years. How you doing, Blocks? All good? Still playing Assassin's Creed 4? Or was it 3? That's nice. I just finished Assassin's Creed 1. It was pretty good. Though I have a lot of complaints. Like thick. Yes. And good. Nice. Gonna jump to the second one as soon as I finish with the vampires. The what's it called? Vampires Blood. I forgot. The Masquerade Bloodline. Keeper. Looks pretty good. Played today with the game Xbox.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how
Damn.
Double Fine excels at
You also
creating
lost some
unique
weight.
and innovative experiences. And Keeper
Probably
is no
taking
exception.
Ozempic.
Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox.
Yeah.
It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build
He looks
and
good.
make popular. We couldn't have done this without
Damn, I need to lose
everyone
weight
who's
too.
been with us on this journey.
If
As we
if
think
Phil
about
Spencer
bringing
did this,
new
I can do it
generation
too.
of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable,
Damn.
the next
He
Forza,
even de-aged
Gears of
too.
War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution.
This one.
Sluggerfly,
I'm
making
waiting. I'm waiting for
Teen
this
Beats
one.
modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy
Blocks, are you waiting
franchise
for
to our
any? Are you excited about any new
Team
games
Ninja,
coming?
returning to the beloved
I wonder
series
what
they
young
debuted
generation
on
is
Xbox.
interested
You've
in.
also seen the next Xbox hardware.
Any game you would be like,
Our
I
Xbox
100%
Ally
playing the
handheld,
game.
which lets you bring
Once
your
it's gonna come
Xbox
out.
experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere.
Oh,
enjoy.
Something big, something big. Minecraft 2? What should I expect? Let me guess. Fable. It's gotta be Fable. Bro, the radio silent. Gotta be Fable.
Welcome to the guild.
God damn it. Fable.
We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
What is this?
You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives.
Is it something new? Yeah, it's probably a new game.
Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness.
Oh, this actor, man, I forgot his name.
Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
I'm glad he got some kind of role.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale.
Bro, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's gonna suck you in. Oh. He doesn't want to listen. Alan Wake 4? What is this? Is it a new IP? Can't see. Or maybe a very old IP. System Shock? No. Something with Battlefield.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason. Menendez.
Call of Duty? Okay. Whatever. Whatever. I really was hoping for something new. They can release Call of Duty every year. Like I'm not gonna care much. Okay, these guys are big. I forgot their name. Oh, Obsidian. This is Obsidian. Yeah.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it.
The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no Raccoon Tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was? There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian. And I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing. Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
I knew he's an actor. Just don't remember from where.
Let the killing commence.
Outer Worlds 2.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Okay. What exactly are you going to change?
So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for this sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of playstyle that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices.
Okay.
In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways. In our
These things are called not RPG interactions, more of a skill checks. If you have a certain level, a certain skill, you can interact with the world and
for our players was at the
checking your
forefront of
skill
what we
if you
set
can
out to
do
do.
something.
We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
I mean, it looks the same, not gonna lie. Choice and react. Okay.
In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds 2, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick. So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance.
Various crafting recipes are more effective for you, allowing you to create more items for you. 20% companion ability charge. 5% critical chance or an opportunity to adjust. This is like not necessarily something deep in the number.
And you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back dumb, so players love the dumb option.
Tell me, do you believe in signs? Not quite what I meant, but I like your contempt for boundaries. I could put your adventurous spirit to good use.
You get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. Could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work. After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
Okay.
Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that.
Oh, I see.
We actually have more perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right? We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets. There's another perk called Heavy-Handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh man, I really like
I guess it's
perk.
pretty, yeah. You know, always the quality over quantity. Like if you have so many perks, so many skills that just add plus 5% damage, plus a 10% damage to this type of enemy, plus 3% chance resistance to electricity or like a fire attack, whatever. Those like a boring thing. You can just boil it down to make it more simple, but at the same time more understandable and more impactful. That's what he's talking about. So it's pretty cool they're going this way instead of just trying to like give more and more unnecessary perks or skills that just slightly increase your stat.
As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Okay, you know, it's cool on the paper. The way it looks, not really that cool.
Flaws were a system that everybody
Like the enemies standing right next to each other and they don't see you coming.
loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player. We wanted it to really reflect how you were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage with.
With the flaw system returning,
This
we
guy.
knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever before. So, we turned to the team. I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I have bad knees.
You have bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing.
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire. You shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one who took my stapler?
do you need it?
Yeah. Give it back.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got?
It's actually
Flaw.
funny.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys get an hour?
I get an hour.
Oh. Makes me feel energized.
How many
It feels like, are you guys getting paid energy?
Anything else?
Like
We'll
this
put it in the
ain't
game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
That's awesome. That's actually pretty good.
This is really interesting because what it
You
does
can easily
is
forget
when you
about
steal
it.
something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal, and like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
Oh.
One of our real key perks is the
This is
sun
amazing.
Piercer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors, or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in
That
my
sounds
opinion,
pretty
the
good.
Bridge
That sounds
which is a
deep.
quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
The bridge.
Not only do you kind of
PewDiePie?
encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways. So you may solve it by, you know, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing, and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across.
That's probably what I'm gonna be doing.
You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side. You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. Their companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Vrees if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
Factions and
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies.
He's gonna tell me the whole story now.
In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
I kind of missed. Sorry, I was getting
the radio station, of course. One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. We also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Yeah, it's like basically in Fallout games, when you do something in the game, they talk about that over the radio. In Skyrim, I think you can get that information from guard. Like the guards would talk like, "Oh, I heard someone did this, this, and that," and it's gonna be like, "You did."
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol is part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate Arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially when they're human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other?
I like
You
this.
could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a
Yeah,
little
this is
tapping,
working. I gotta
maybe a little
purchase this one.
snuggling, maybe a little nut.
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Anti's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control, Anti's Choice uses it to help their bottom line, the Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Anti's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Anti and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations, and while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures, and then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the...
You couldn't do that in the first game?
It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
Weapons and gunplay.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought, we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark, I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin? You're thinking, what's C for? C, capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're going to take those people, we're going to make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick ones, ha, ha, not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players. So
That guy was...
Sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon, just say it. Sweet. Pre-order. It's blowing mine. Here we go. B. Burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis?
That's some kind of the Office type of
How many people are going to be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all? We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us? Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, trois. In French, that means two, sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack.
It's just a rock.
And even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded, so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
Nice.
Shrink Ray. That was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game. But we improved it though, so instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. Another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to
BFG basically. Basically BFG.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting
Show me the
people play
Gary.
the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like.
Oh damn, it doesn't look bad.
One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with.
They also did the animation.
You could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Not just like a stoic character that doesn't really do any animations.
Choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each
Is it
of the
poop
worlds the
on the
players can
screen?
visit. The team has done incredible work bringing The Outer Worlds 2 to life.
Wait, what?
And we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though
That's
we
what they're
know
working
it's
on.
Project Studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down.
I'm happy
We
for them.
hope you all continue to come along
I know
with
they
us
got
as
a
we do
lot of
what we
hate
do
for
best,
Avowed,
make your worlds your way.
but they still like they're making games, you know. And I think Avowed, most of the problem that they hated God was not because of the game necessarily like terrible or something. It's just because like some people said some stuff they're not supposed to be saying. Just brought on negative attention. Otherwise, like Avowed is just a decent game. It's a solid
With the Outer
double
Worlds 2,
A
we're all
game.
about the best place to play, which is also
Grounded
the
2.
promise of Xbox. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2. You can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order, or like why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit.
Let's see what they're gonna what they added in Grounded 2. Actually, I gotta take a 10 minutes. I want to take a small break to eat something.
What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored,
25 million,
built,
that's
crafted,
amazing.
and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2,
Game
we knew
director.
that we wanted to make a bigger world.
Reese Parker.
Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our 2 studios
What
share
Eidos
a
Montreal
lot
make?
of DNA. Same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great
Eve.
franchises. The fact that
Oh
we
my
are the
God,
first
yes,
partners
okay,
that
no.
they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise,
They're kinda big.
feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which It means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different. But we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Ooh.
The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges.
How is it still working though?
Full Lovecraftian.
Isn't like ice cream supposed to melt eventually?
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park, and so there's all these toxic chemicals underground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools, and of course nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We are oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates you're going to see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun.
If there's gonna be like a giant mega spider, I'm gonna be
Play
freaking
styles for tanky warriors,
deleting the game from my PC right away.
rogues, effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the Wolfbane daggers and the Wolf Spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system.
Yeah, definitely playing this with my friends.
It evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts. from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends.
What is this? Is it ice cream?
Really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release.
What exactly? Oh, riding animals.
We call them buggies. Have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand play styles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration.
I'm definitely going to be using this one.
Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at Game Preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
Ah.
The connection
Let's give you more. You said buggies. You just introduced 2.
As we make an even bigger game than the original.
It's fine.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to Game Preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design.
Those are not QA. I don't think so.
All of it. We also learned
paid actors
that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through.
I didn't know Grounded has a story. I thought it's like has a premise and you just like
with update pacing and scope. And what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and IDOS Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your
I gotta
first
try
time
it.
getting
I gotta
tiny,
try it.
then all I can tell you is that a world
Gotta
with
find.
entirely
Gotta
new
text my
perspective and an
my
entirely
guys
new feel
and see what they're gonna
awaits you
say.
in Brook Hollow Park.
Thing
It's
is, they don't
time
have
to
enough
ride
money for
together
games.
and survive together.
Yeah, nice. Not much to tell. I didn't play the first one. I didn't know it has. I didn't know it had a story. Anything. That's pretty much it. Let's see if they have a list at the end. Let's see. I need the full list. It was definitely big. A lot of new games, mostly Obsidian, but it doesn't matter. But definitely some of there's some interesting stuff they showed. I'm gonna find it. I wish there was Outer World, of course, Outer Worlds 2, of course. But there was a game from the ex-developers of The Witcher 3 that was interesting. There was the only thing that kind of makes me angry is that they didn't show anything about Fable. Like, I'm a huge Fable 1 fan, though I didn't finish it, but I loved it. Back in the day, it was like, okay, it's kind of like when you call yourself a fan, you're supposed to finish the game. Okay, I enjoyed Fable 1 a lot back in the day. I didn't finish it. I'm gonna play it eventually on stream as one of the games that I should be completing. I finished Fable 3. It was okay. It was not as good as Fable 1, but I finished it because when I got my PC, first of all, I played Fable 3 because it was available to me, and I didn't. And someone installed it on my PC. Wait, okay, for whatever reason, I don't remember exactly. I played Fable 3. Maybe I thought Fable 3, since the sequel, would be better than Fable 1. That's why I played it. So then I jumped and I played Fable 1 after Fable 3. It was pretty good. I like it actually way more than Fable 3 in the core idea. So where's Fable? Question. Where's Fable? What's wrong? What's happening? There was this game. There was this. Oh, this game definitely. I forgot the name of it already. Something about changing the past and the present. Chronos. This one was interesting. There's a bunch of other. Call of Duty. I don't know about it. Was never like a super fan of Call of Duty, though I played Warzone. So yeah, it's a strong presentation. Surprisingly. I don't know what I'm watching. What time? 5:49. I'm kind of hungry. Should I play Masquerade? I also wanted to watch the Witcher demo tag that they showed. Is that I know it's definitely not gonna. No. Okay, I'm gonna make myself food. I'm gonna bring in here, and then we're gonna watch this demo, and then maybe we're gonna wrap it up for today, and then we're gonna play Vampires the next time. It's just unfortunately I'm physically not capable of streaming this much. Had a like a swim training yesterday for like 6-7 hours, and I have a very painful what's it called? Basically, I'm sore. I'm really sore. It's hard for me to sit down. But yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna bring food. It's hard for me to sit down and stream today. I'm not a huge fan of eating in front of my people, but I'm really hungry. Let's check out this demo. Potato punk.
Sleep, is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract. Where's Veer on dry road? Aye, the devil's out there! It's running from!
Oh shoot! He's dead. Basilisk. No? What is this? I think it is Basilisk.
Salt.
Easy money.
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
I know it's not a real gameplay, and it's probably not gonna look like this, but let me just enjoy it. let me just dream about it.
Thank you everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open-world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open-world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Born ready. Kitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
So, oh, he actually gonna play it? Okay.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
Help.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Nobody's gonna really pay attention to these kind of details, I think. It would be nice, it's nice, but
So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
So the guy got the controller in his hands and he was supposed to play it. And then the cameras start flying around showing the stuff.
So Valdres is a port town.
So he's not really playing. So record it.
It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Damn.
High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food. I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdres has to offer.
It reminds me, if this is gonna be in the game, it reminds me of Mafia 2 entrance. Remember like Mafia 2? They like, the very, in the beginning, you go through the city, you have like a suitcase or whatever, and there's like people doing something, selling something, throwing something, basically like living. This is what it reminds me right now.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is.
Bro, he's not playing. I don't believe it.
Directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even setting off
It looks.
reactions. Everything is
I think this is definitely not gonna be like. I don't think we're gonna get something like this actually in a real game.
How to fly by an angry innkeeper.
But I believe with the modern technology, we're getting close to this kind of like a realistic environmental
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series questions on.
like a details, like people living. We're getting to this kind of like a living simulation, live simulation. we're getting to this kind of life simulation level. If you look at Kingdom Come, pretty close.
One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart.
Oh, Manticore.
Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch fishes. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon you ladies after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart Objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that.
That's not real. No. It looks like it looks like it.
They should
I don't know.
react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You're right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
Now she's suddenly there.
So we're almost done, but
Is that guy still playing on the controller?
a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Damn. It's like Moscow. The Red Castle.
Onward, Kelby. With what?
That's it. Learn more on the Witcher. Well, what can I say? Probably we're not gonna get like the things that they showed. I don't think so. It looks too ambitious. Too ambitious. But we already getting this kind of like a real life simulation, and the amount of like NPCs on the screen in already existing existing games. For example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a lot of NPCs, and it works pretty well. And those NPCs, they have the things that they do in every day, like they have everyday tasks and animations. They talking to each other too. So we're getting there, and I think this definitely a possibility of getting something like this in the future. Maybe with the Witcher 5, but I don't know. It definitely looks like a next generation game. But I mean, this tech demo shows like it's the next generation, but in reality, it's probably not gonna. Yeah, like this guy is saying, this is not a gameplay, it's a tech demo. Oh, please keep your expectations in check. Exactly. Don't be too hyped about it. It's just a tech demo. Realistically, like when the first thing you should be like when he said it runs 60 FPS on PlayStation 4 in 4K resolution or PlayStation 5 or something. No, sorry, he didn't say 4K, right? He said 60 FPS, ray tracing, everything. Tail. Not real. Not gonna happen. Don't forget the la 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 la. Well, amazing. Well, I have nothing to nothing to. Tech is insanely impressive. What the bro? What the hell is that? There's nothing else, right, that I could probably miss. Maybe something IGN posted. Game. I don't want to watch gameplay. Do we have anything from IGN? Dune Awakening. System Shock 2. Nothing interesting. It's well, okay, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up today. It's gonna be a short stream. Definitely on Wednesday we're gonna play the Vampires, the Blood, the Masquerade, the Bloodline, whatever they're called. I don't want to play for 2 hours and then just wrap it up. Yeah. Just on Wednesday we're gonna play it. I'm gonna schedule this stream and everything's gonna be all right. Hope you're staying strong, stay safe. See you soon. See you.